is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Well, let's move on to relationship talk. Now, we were supposed to have a guest this episode. She wasn't able to come in, and so we had a topic. But I felt like I should bring up what recently happened to me.
Yeah, you should definitely bring that up because you text me the other day and said, and I think this was all part of your plan to get me all riled up because you knew you weren't gonna tell me.
It wasn't the thing that I wanted to get you riled up for the podcast. I wouldn't do that to you, Vin.
Right, exactly.
Vin, I wouldn't
exactly. This is part of your master plan.
But no, I wanted to tell you, but I was like, you know what? We should talk about this here because I want your reaction to be genuine. So I've told you about this.
Yeah.
Now, just a little backstory for everybody else. So this is a girl that I worked with after my freshman year in college. We taught together and whatever, and so we was friends then and everything. But after we stopped working together, we didn't really talk. Mm-hmm. And so last January, this was right after I broke up with my ex. Like literally the next week after I broke up with my ex, she hits me up. And she's like, hey, I ain't talked to you for a while.
Hey, big head.
No, not like that.
Right.
But it was, at first, it was on some friends type stuff.
Right.
So, that's what I thought it was. So we kicked in whatever. And, I mean, back then when we worked together, I thought she was cute. Mm-hmm. I was attracted to her, whatever. But, that's just what it was.
Right.
And so when she hit me up, I'm thinking like, okay, cool, let's go hang out. So time goes on, we're talking all the time on the phone and everything, hanging out all the time. And then, like, just randomly, she just stops hitting me up. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And so a couple weeks go by, like a week or so goes by. And I'm like, hey, everything all right? And so, she calls me, hits me with that, I got something to tell you. And
she had a boyfriend?
Like, no. She was single. She was single at the time. But she ended up hooking up with somebody else. And so it was like, and when I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, we aren't necessarily in a relationship. I thought we were somewhat talking. We was exclusive to each other because we went on some dates at this point.
Right.
And so when that happened, I was just kind of like, man, that's like, it hurt.
That's foul, right?
It's foul. Yeah, it hurt. And so, but anyway, I left that alone. I told her, it is what it is. So some time went on. Then we started communicating again and whatever, just being friends. Mm-hmm. Then again, stops contacting me.
So you figured she got some more pipe.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on? And so I won't say the specifics on what happened this time, but it was just kind of like, wow, like what is really going on here? Like, should I just continue to hang out with her? Should I continue to talk to her and everything when, my own mom's talking about, just leave this girl alone. Just leave her alone. I'm like, I don't know, man. We could just be friends, whatever. Yeah. So after that, cool. We back to being friends and everything.
After the second time?
After the second time.
Right.
Telling Vel, I'm patient, man.
Yeah.
And so friends, everything, we cool. But after a while, things like start to pick up a little bit.
Right.
She starts doing like girlfriend type stuff.
Right.
But then at the same time, she's saying, I'm not ready to be in a relationship.
Right.
So when you tell me something like that, I'm thinking, okay, you're not ready for that. I'm not going to press it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to force you into something that you don't want to be in.
Exactly.
Because if we get into it, you're going to be like,
forced. I was forced to do it.
Yo, feel like you obligated.
Right.
And so, all right, cool. So I'm like, we just going to play it cool as friends.
Right.
And so, she's telling me, some stuff, certain things. She's coming by house and everything. I cooked for her once. And we going out, and everything. But, like, I'm thinking it's just we cool. Like, we just friends because you're still saying you're not ready for a relationship. Right. And, like, at one point, she asked me to stay the night one time I was hanging over her house. But it was like, why would I do that?
Right,
we friends. I'm not going to stay the night over here.
Right.
Kind of laughed it off, and I left.
Right.
And so fast forward, a couple days ago. She hits me. Well, yeah, when I text you. So she hits me up, what did I call her? Forgot even how that happened. Anyway, I called her. I caught it because she had posted something like, "Oh, relationships are scary AF" or something like that, and I was texting. I was like, well, "Why you say that?" And also just being curious.
Right.
And so she's like, "Man, why you want to have serious conversations through text?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll call you.
Right.
I might get off work." Called her. So we talking and everything, and she's like, "I gotta be honest with you. I have feelings for you." And so I'm like, "Cool."
Right.
I've been waiting to hear this.
Exactly.
And so, and I'm like, "Well, I do for you too." So cool. I'm thinking we good. We can move on. We can start up something for real. And like everything's good. And because it was all this stuff I was waiting to hear, but I never heard it. And what was different for both of us is that, and this ended up coming out later, is that for me, all the girls that I've been with have been aggressive.
Right.
They've been ones that have approached me, have been the ones that said, we gonna have something going on.
Exactly.
Together. With her, it's been the guys have been aggressive. So we're both coming into this thing complete opposites.
Yeah.
And so while I'm laying back, she's laying back.
Right.
And so, so she's like, "Yeah, I feel this way about you, da-da-da." I'm like, "Feel that way too? Cool." So I'm thinking, we moving on to the next thing.
Y'all good.
And she's like, "Well, I have something else to tell you."
Right.
I'm like, "Yo, like what?" She's like, "I'm already with somebody." And I'm like, "What? What you mean you with somebody?"
Right.
And so she's like, "Yeah, a couple days ago, this guy that I've been talking to for like a few weeks had asked me to be his girlfriend." And so I told him yes. And I was like, "Huh?" After we've been talking, we've been talking for over a year at this point. Over a year. And you tell me all this stuff, you tell me you got feelings for me, and then you gonna tell me you with somebody?
Yeah.
Why tell me all this if you with somebody? I'd rather you keep me in the dark.
Exactly.
I'd rather you keep me in the dark. And so I asked her, "Why did you wait all this time to tell me this? And especially at this time."
Right.
And she's like, "Well, there were a couple weeks that went by where she stopped calling me." This was another situation.
Right.
But she was testing me because she would always call. And I guess I had said this to her once in a conversation where I was like, "Man, you call a lot." But it wasn't like a stop calling me. It was like just an observation.
Right.
I love the fact that she called all the time. I like talking to her. We was best friends.
You were just mentioning it.
I was just mentioning it. She took that as, okay, I'm going to stop calling and I'm going to see if he calls me. I'm terrible about calling people. Terrible about it. So this was the worst test ever given. And I failed completely horribly. Yeah. And so she called me that week. After the week went by, she was like, "Hey, I was testing you, da-da-da. Start calling me." I'm like, "All right, cool." So another week and everything went by. I was texting her and everything, but I guess that wasn't enough. So she felt like I was drifting away from her and that I was friend zoning her. Like, how? Like, nah, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
And so she's telling me all this and everything, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, I wasn't doing my part and everything. But it was just kind of like, too, it was like, why did she say something to me before she got with Buddy? Why didn't she, try to see what was going on, actually say something?
Right.
Before that. Before actually going with this other dude. And the funny thing is, she told this dude that she has feelings for me. He knows this. She told him that we talk on the phone all the time, that we hang out all the time. He knows this. Why would you, as the person who's being told this, want to get in a relationship with her when she's obviously hung up on somebody else? That's just confusing to me. I don't understand that. I wouldn't approach that. I would be like, well, you figure out what you got going on.
Exactly.
Let me know when that's over. And so that's confusing to me too. And Buddy is all the way in Denver.
And y'all both in Indy.
Come on, bro. You ain't got to deal with time zones with me. I told her this flat out. I said, you ain't got to deal with time zones with me. We on the same time. Right. I can drop by and see you anytime. You can drop by and see me anytime. Right. You got to hop on a flight to see him. That don't make no sense.
And what she said after that?
She was laughing at all this. And I'm like, you think this is funny, but it's like, it's for real. And I told her, well, and I felt wrong for saying this stuff, but once she told me how she felt about me, my head, got big. Yeah. So I started talking my stuff. And so I was like, not talking my stuff. I was talking my shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tyrone. Yeah.
I said, well, let me know when you and Buddy get finished, you know, because I'll be right here. And she's like, dang, how you gonna wish, you know, Eva on her situation? And I said, I mean, because you're supposed to be with me. And this whole time, she's, you know, she's not like hysterically laughing like, ah, boy, you silly. It's like,
Oh, you kind of right type shit.
you feel me? And so, I don't know, bro. My thing is like, and I texted her last night some stuff, just try to get it all out there. I told her, I'm not about to just keep kicking it with you, you know, us doing these one-on-one hangouts and everything, because you got a man. You know, I'm not going to be hitting you up all the time. You got a man. I was supposed to go with her to Seattle. She works for Southwest.
Right.
And so she gets flights everywhere, and she can get a companion to take flights as well, free flights. She put me down. And so we was going to go to Seattle and everything for a birthday. But you got a man now. Am I about to be third wheel on this junk? Like, what's going on? I'm not about to go if that's the case. And so, yeah, bro, it's like it's a whole bunch of stuff. And
So what you gonna do now? You gonna keep talking to her?
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
You gonna leave her alone completely, or you gonna keep?
No, no, because truthfully, we're best friends. Like, she knows stuff about me, I know stuff about her and everything, and we get along really well. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, this is great, and I have feelings for her still. Now that is gonna take me a minute to get over that, but you know, but she still has feelings for me,
right?
And so it's just like, you know, I'm just gonna chill off that, because I don't. If I was him, I would feel super disrespected if my girl was hanging out with this other guy and, you know, I'm not around and everything and all this stuff. You talking to this other guy, like, that's not cool. If I was him, that wouldn't fly with me. And so I don't want to do him like that, because I wouldn't want nobody to do me like that. So
that's fair.
No, so I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. You gotta let Shorty go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like, you know, with me when it comes to females, bro.
Go ahead. What's up? What's up, big guy?
No, I ain't one of them. I ain't one of them. Well, I tell you like this, like, a lot of shit come out, like, in the long run. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been vibing with Shorty for a minute, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta take everything you hear with a grain of salt at this point, because she's very unpredictable. Facts. So she, in my opinion, she could have been talking to that nigga for a long time. She could have talked to him for a long time.
Well, so she met him when she went to Dallas about a month ago, and she was there for job training. She met him there.
Okay.
And so that's how they started. But crazy thing is, she's there training and everything. Every night she coming back to the room, she's talking to me for hours and whatever. And you know, we cool just and everything. Yeah. She calling me all the time. So it's just like, all right, well, you met him there and everything, but you still talking to me and everything. You still
she probably like, just to be real,
she want a cake and eat it too?
Yeah, she probably want to just keep you around.
I can't help but feel like that, bro.
She probably want to just do her thing.
I can't help but feel like that.
You feel me? Because, like, you know, situations like that, not rare.
Yeah.
And especially with women, because women know, she probably know you a good guy.
Bitch.
She probably know, y'all best friends. She know everything about you. She vibe with you, you know what I'm saying? She know you know what I'm saying? She know you material, like, husband material, but she probably just doing her little thing. You know, and a lot of women like that. I know women like that personally.
I'm gonna let her do that though. I'm gonna let her do her thing, and I'm not. But I don't want her to think too like I'm just gonna be sitting back here waiting.
Exactly.
I'm like, cause I'm looking for somebody to be with too, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, miss out.
In order for you to show her that, you just gotta. I wouldn't say like fall back completely, but I mean certain things you do just gonna have to stop. Like certain shit you gonna have to just stop. You know what I'm saying? It's hard though, because I've been in situations where you can't like just cut somebody off that easy, especially when you cut them. That shit difficult, but you feel me? You just gotta try to, like, you know what I'm saying, muscle through that shit and just do your thing. Like, you gotta be able to just, you know what, just do you. And if it's men, that's the philosophy I live by. If it's men, it's gonna be, you feel me? And she obviously rock with you heavy.
Right.
Like I said, y'all never made it to a point or made it the distinction to where y'all was gonna be exclusive. So, you know, I say just ride the wave, bro. Just ride the wave and see what happens. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm gonna see, bro, because you know, she kind of left with a decision. She was telling me, she was like, after that conversation we had, that initial conversation, she was like, now I'm super confused. I'm with this guy, but I got feelings for you, and I wanted to be with you. So it's kind of like, what am I supposed to do now? Right. And so I can't help but to think, well, what if like tomorrow she hits me up and like, all right, I ended stuff with him. I want to be with you. Do I pursue that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do I pursue that at that point?
It's a difficult situation. And you probably just have to say, you probably just have to be like, not right at the end of that. You can't say yeah.
Nah, I would take it.
You gotta be like, nah, we gonna wait it out.
Yeah.
See what happens because you too unpredictable. That's the way you're doing, buddy. You could do me the same way.
Facts. And I keep calling him Buddy, and I love the fact that I get to call him Buddy because she won't tell me his name. And it's not like I would say his name on here anyway,
right.
But still, I love calling him Buddy.
Cause she follow you on Facebook. You put this shit out, she gonna hear all this.
Oh, yeah,
she gonna hear all this.
She'll hear it. And, but it's some of this, most of the stuff I've said to her.
Yeah.
So, because like I said, we friends and everything. So I'm not about to hold my tongue on this, and especially
No, I'm just saying it's gonna be funny. She gonna listen to this thing. Oh, this. She gonna see her situation come like, oh, this dirty one. This dirty dog. This dirty dog. Nah, you good though. You good.
All right, man. Well, that was relationship talk. A different style of that segment. So.
And you got me thinking lately, bitch, you crazy, and nothing's ever good enough. I wrote a little song for you, it go like, oh.